supposedly live now. There's that. Twitch is up. Cool. Yeah, YouTube's up. Doo-doo! Yay! I'm live. Probably confusing some people. Hello! I've got like a halo effect behind me. That's cool. Hey Eden, we're testing some stream stuff because our stream's been acting really weird lately. I don't really know what that's about, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna test our stream, and I'm gonna test our stream by building the Broken Token Imperial Organizer, which is for Imperial Assault, and Steve has Imperial Assault, and he has a lot of minis for it. And I bought some foam, and it doesn't really work. So we got the Broken Token Imperial Assault insert, and I'm going to build it today. And I'm just going to hang out and talk with people, and we're going to see how long the stream lasts. Because I really would like to be able to dual stream to Twitch and YouTube, but it just doesn't seem to be working lately. So please let me know if there's any lag or like weird stuff. Steve is watching while he works, which is kind of trippy because he can hear me in real life and see me. But yeah, so I have some tools. I have an old bottle of wood glue, which I have upside down because I want to finish it. And then I have a newer bottle of wood glue. I have an X-Acto knife, and then I have some Q-tips to help me spread my wood. And then I have my phone, which I typically use as a hammer, which is a bad idea because I broke a phone that way. I don't know. If I need a hammer, maybe I don't know what I'll do. But this is, it's acrylic. This is cool. Okay, so here's the instructions. The instructions are instructions. There you go. They're involved. So there's like, I'm going to lay it all out and then build it. So yeah, step 1 is unload the immense amount of wood. Let me fix the camera because it's going crazy. Step 1 is to fix the insane amount of wood. I'm going to rotate this. There we go. That's better. That one's weird. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to take all the wood out and organize it. Ooh! This isn't another piece of acrylic. I got excited. There's a lot of wood in this. There's a lot of wood. Okay. I pulled everything out. And now I'm going to lay out all of my wood pieces like the diagram tells me to do. I don't even know how many Broken Token inserts I've built. Not as many as Broken Token, that's for sure. But probably like, I don't know, 9 or 10. I've been there since the beginning of Broken Token. Since they gave Rhiannon and I some free samples. Alright, that I think is going to be used last. So I'm just going to put that over there. They're now numbered, which is super nice. So I'm just kind of like following the number examples to lay things out. And my table space is not big enough, so I'm going to pull a leaf out. There we go. Maybe find a hammer. That isn't my phone. I'll use a screwdriver. Screwdriver is better than my phone. Ooh, I should put some music on. I should figure out how to do some copyright-free music again. Do you remember when I used to do that? Paint minis and play copyright-free music? Those were the days. Okay. That's gonna go there. I need like a building area. This is gonna be the worst. Alright, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna build right here. Okay. So basically, there's like a chart, and all of the pieces are numbered. And as far as I can tell, the pieces lay out where they're numbered. Yeah, so it's number 9. Just keeps spreading everything further and further away from me. Yeah. How's everybody else's Thursday going? Is anybody tuning in while at work? Steve's tuning in while working. Just a little different. There. Granted, when they started doing Broken Token, they didn't have nearly as many inserts, and the inserts they had were not nearly as complicated. They've gotten a lot better. Oh, almost pushed my laptop off. Okay, that one's that. And that one's that. Is this? I think that's supposed to be 15 and 15. Okay. Cool. I've laid it all out according to the chart. Yay! Every piece is labeled, and so now I'm just gonna build according to how they're labeled. So, basically, this is piece 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then each piece is like A, B, C, D based on like how it's sitting on the insert. So I need 6 C, D, and E. So this is 6. And they're numbered like down in the bottom, which is really nice. But the individual pieces like A, B, C are not numbered. But if you lay out so that you can read the numbers all in the same direction as depicted, they will match up correctly. So then I need, so is A, so this is D. I need D. And then E. So I just like do a twist, pop. Hey, Netters. Welcome to watching Tiffany do fake woodworking. Then I need 9J. So this one under my instructions is 9. And this little piece is J. So I'm just gonna boop. Sweet. Okay, so okay, so this looks wrong already. It is, because this is 6A, and I needed 6C. Okay, there we go. Just gonna, like, pretend that that's still part of the insert. There's a lot of trays in this insert, which is great when you're, like, playing. It's not so fun when you're building, if we're honest. Okay, so that's 6C. So 9J is gonna go like that. 6E is gonna go like that. Ooh, okay. And then 6D is just gonna like slot and then pop. I usually only use wood glue on the like, because everything's pretty flush. I typically only use wood glue on like the outer rims of the boxes and trays, because the inside's pretty good and it'll hold it. Okay. Oh, okay. So 10A, which is this big boy, goes like this. Aha! Okay, so this is going in like this. Okay. And then, hey Naomi, I'm building an insert. Let me know if the stream starts acting weird or there's lag or it just like freezes or anything like that. Because I'm testing the stream while I do this. Alright, then 6B and 6A. So 6B is actually going to go over here. Or 6A is going to go right down here and 6B is going to go up here. And this one's done. It's empty. Put it over there. This doesn't seem right. Okay. How's everybody's Thursday going? I've already asked that, but there's less people in the chat. My Thursday's going great. I thought that our friends who are coming to visit were coming in tonight after the stream, so I was like freaking out. And then Steve was like, I was like cooking, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do this for dinner, and then we'll stream, and then they'll show up, and we'll do this stuff. And he was like, they get here tomorrow? And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I got an extra day to clean, which makes me happy. So I immediately just stopped cleaning, and now I'm building this. Okay, 1D. This is going together really fast. To 2C, which is this one. I haven't built a Meeple Realty insert, but I was thinking of getting one to like test it, and just kind of do like a comparison video, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm a little biased to Broken Token. One of the owners' name is Tiffany. I mean, I gotta rap with my crew, I guess. I don't really know. But the Meeple Realty ones, they're like really stylized. Like, there's some fancy stuff going on with them. But I don't know how they work aside from the fancy stuff. The creaking is good. Okay, maybe not. The creaking was good. Alright. One of the other things that I sometimes do with trays is I'll tape them when I get to that stage. So I might get up and get the tape when I get to that stage. Because if the boxes are meant to be like lifted, which I think all of the ones in this insert are, I like to have some extra support. Don't mind the creaking. Everything's fine. The people from Broken Token are gonna tune into this and just start crying. Yeah. I almost reached for my phone. There we go. Nice. Nice. See, no glue needed. Edgar asks if there's a lot of glue going on. I haven't glued anything yet. I typically like glue to reinforce. But I'll do I won't glue, but I might do a piece of masking tape along the bottom of the trace, which I'll show when I get there. Okay, this one goes this way. There's sometimes like the tabs from the pooling, when you pop it out, the tabs sometimes need to be trimmed a little with an X-Acto knife. It's very rare. Like this one I could do without trimming because it doesn't go into anything. I don't know. I'm super lazy when it comes to building things. Steve can attest to this. I'm the kind of person that's like, oh yeah, I want to hang this thing. It says it needs a stud. I don't know where there's a stud, so I just drill a hole. And if there's a stud there, then I'm like, sweet. And if there isn't a stud there, then I use it like an anchor instead. Like, I don't even bother. Whereas Steve is like, let me get the stud finder. So, I am a lazy builder. So I think it really speaks to Broken Token's like quality and how they build and hold together, and that I am lazy. And if it was like an involved thing, I wouldn't even bother. I would have built my first one, and then I would have just been like, this is a screwdriver, which I'm using as a hammer, by the way, because Eden was here to watch me and deter me from using my phone as a hammer, which I've done before, which is how I broke my phone. I broke a phone using it as a hammer for a Broken Token insert once. Cool. So yeah, this is no glue. And it's like, it's really good. It's good. So if I wanted, because this is a tray that's meant to be lifted out, if I wanted to do some reinforcing, I just take like standard old Scotch masking tape, and I do it along the bottom. And I like to do masking tape because it, while the color isn't exactly this wood, it's not duct tape. So it sits a little flatter, and it kind of blends in a little bit more. So if I'm worried, I'll just do this, like along a couple of the edges. I might do it on the corners. Some people glue, and they recommend that you glue or tape. But like I don't know. I glue them sometimes when I'm like too harsh on the hammering and I like take off too many splinters. So sometimes I'll glue them, but for the most part, like I've had great success with just taping. So see, now that's taped, and then I'll just do the other edge. We made it past 10 minutes. Woohoo! Oh, man. Oh, no. Lost you and back. Oh, no. Only hit the corners of boxes that stay in the cardboard box. That makes sense. Yeah, I do that, too. On the inserts that, like, fit the box exactly, I'll do just the corners to protect the box, and also to make it like a snugger fit and to reinforce the insert. This insert, if I remember correctly, is, it's just all trays. I don't think there's no like frame on the innards of the box. Like everything is meant to be removable so you can play with it. So it's kind of the bottoms, and then I'm just going to do the corners. Which, again, I mean, you could skip this step. I don't know. I like to just be extra careful. We are not gentle by any means on our belongings. I am a very firm believer of using things. Like, we break plates all the time, and I'm like, whatever. We have chipped bowls and cups. As you can see in some of the videos, like, if water gets spilled on our possessions, I don't really care. Like, I have a few items that are old and, like, antique-y that I like to keep safe. But for the most part, they're things that are like pictures of like my mom and my grandparents when my mom was like 10. Like there's no digital backup of those. So it's stuff like that I care more about, rather than physical things. So coolies. So I just tape this to reinforce it. It's not a needed step. I could also alternatively use wood glue and Q-tips like into the corners and the recesses of the tray. I might do that for the smaller trays that I don't want to add a lot of weight or bulk to instead of taping. So this one's done. Yay! Now to build the next piece. Oh, there's 2 bottom trays. Oh, good. Okay, here we go. Up next is Tray A, which has 1C, which is this. Has anybody in the chat built a Meeple Realty box? Or there was another company at Origins that was doing laser cut inserts, but I can't remember what they were called. They were kind of doing more of the like Cthulhu style stuff and like like, I don't want to say Mary Trashy. We need another word for that. Highly thematic games. they were doing more of those from what I saw. All right, 4D is this one. And then I need, go. 5C. But yeah, I really do want to try a Meeple Realty insert. And then there's a few people on Etsy that do laser cut inserts, and there's one for the Colonist that I am very interested in trying. But yeah, haven't gotten around to that. So just popping everything together. Itchy!
That was me. That was like my spine popping.
Yeah, the Meeple Realty inserts are like super thematic, which for some games, I mean, I think that's cool. For other games, I'm just like, I don't want to pay the extra. The game is already dripping in theme, kind of thing. Like, what was it? The Tricky Aeron insert that they had, like, so much unnecessary, like, things. And it got to the point when I was looking at it where I was like, I feel like this insert would like, impact playing the game and, like, setting up the game because it was so unnecessarily thematic. Like, that game, Tricky Aeron has so much theme already. So yeah, the Terraforming Mars insert has a little, like, Mars rover, which is cool, and the, like, player trays are cool, and I think it does a good job kind of, like, filling in for the crappy quality of components in that game as it is. But I don't know if I want to pay that price when I'm already paying $70 for Terraforming Mars. So there's that. It's kind of like, could we not do high quality inserts on really expensive games? I mean, I understand if you're spending a ton of money on a game and you really like it, you want to have a nice insert, I guess? I don't know. Like, the reason we have this insert, which is not cheap, but it doesn't have, like, over thematic, is it's purely a functional thing. Like, I built an insert with foam for Steve's Imperial Assault, and we've played Imperial Assault with that insert, and it just doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work. So, yeah. Playnote is a word. Eden, how do you like the Colonists insert me here foam insert? I want to get one of their foam inserts to, like, try it, but I'm fine building it, which is the thing where I'm like, I'd rather pay a little less. This is built, by the way. I'd rather pay a little less on those inserts and, like, assemble it myself, which would reduce shipping. So there's that. I don't know. So this one, it's smaller and I could tape, but I think I'm going to do just a seam of wood glue along the bottom. Okay, that one's glued itself shut. It's very nice. Does it help with like setup and play? Like some people make inserts and it's very clear that they have not played the game that they're making the insert for, because it interferes with setup and play. Like Caverna, it's very clear that the Broken Token folks. Is this one? It's not dry. It's just. Aha! There's some gunk on this insert. The Broken Token. It's very clear that the Broken Token people that designed the Caverna insert from them had played Caverna, because we had playnoted it and it worked. And then the Planos were frustrating to play with because they took up so much table space. And we were at BGG one year, and we saw the Caverna insert from Broken Token. And that was all it took. So I went ahead and spread glue along the bottom, and now what I'm doing is I'm taking a Q-tip and I'm spreading it all around the rim, kind of like I would if I was caulking, if that makes sense. If you caulk your bathrooms or anything like that. I definitely did a little too much glue, so I'm going to take the excess and run up the corners. And this glue will dry clear, but you want to make sure that you like spread out any ridges that you can, because while it spreads like clear, it doesn't thin out anymore. So, and my Q-tip gets a little special, but that's okay. That's why when I sit down, I usually bring 4 or 5 Q-tips. So I just kind of run it up the edges, kind of smooth it where I can, remove as much excess as I might. Whee! I don't know. I was like debating. I told Steve, I was like, I kind of want to do a comparison where I get all the inserts for like one game that a whole bunch of competing companies has made, and I like build them and review them as inserts for like what the best insert is. So I smoothed the glue out. I mean, I can't show you, but I thinned it out as much as I can because it's like white on white. I thinned it out as much as I can along the rims, and it's in the cracks really nicely. And my finger's now covered in wood glue. But that's fine. That's fine. That's why we have a piece of paper to just smear it on. Or my table. I don't care about my table that much. So yeah. Oof. Yes, Eden. Can you tag me on Twitter and put a picture? That would be great. Broken Token, by some people it's considered the best. Broken Token is the first, if that makes sense. They were the first to do these wood laser cut inserts, and they were first to do it on a scale and like have a product list of more than just like a couple things. So they did a lot of the what you would call blundering of like a new type of business. They did a lot of the like, oh, this is what we can legally get away with game companies being like, we made an insert for your game. Like, oh, the game name's your trademark. Can't use that in the branding. So they're like the first, but there's more and more coming, and it's really funny because if you go, it's really funny and it's really sad. We went to Essen last year, and Steve was helping with the Broken Token booth, and I was walking around, and I realized there was a booth at Essen that was selling the Broken Token inserts, but without the Broken Token name. Like, it was the same exact design and implement and board style as Broken Token. Like, basically, they bought Broken Token versions, and they basically just copied the plans and then made their own. And it was the same exact replica, which that sucks. That's schwarmy. Whereas Meeple Realty builds inserts that are competitive to Broken Tokens, that are like the same games, potentially, but they design their own inserts. They don't copy Broken Token. They very much do their own unique thing. There was another company that I saw that had a booth at Origins. From what I could tell, they were doing their own thing. On most of them, some of the designs, it's hard to be original because it's like, it's an insert and you put cards in it and there's dividers. You know what I mean? But for something like this where there's multiple trays and things like that, like, there's room for more than one company to build inserts. So, oh goodness, this one's going to be involved. Okay. So yeah, and then I know there's a bunch of people on Etsy. Where's 7? 7's up here. I know there's a bunch of people on Etsy that build 7A and do like custom stuff, but I don't know. 3B, 8D. Is there anything else from 7? No. Okay. I build 2 of these trays. Aha! 3A. Got it. And there's 4 of these. Wooden at Meeple Realty. Meeple Realty does wooden inserts. They're the ones that do the like super highly thematic ones. But they do their own stuff. Like they don't copy. It's very clearly their own unique design. So yeah. I didn't look super closely at the ones in the other booth that I saw at Origins, so I don't know if they're copying or if they're doing their own unique thing. But there was a booth at Essen that was 100% copying. It was super obvious. So that's 3A. 3B is this one. Daldeus. Is that the other company? But yeah, anyway, so back to the comparison idea. The problem with doing that comparison video is it's very expensive for me to buy all those inserts, and I somewhat doubt... Wait, 11B. 11B. I somewhat doubt the companies would be willing to send me inserts for free to make a video comparing them to their competitors. Like, I just have a feeling that wouldn't go over well. I think Broken Token would be totally down for it. I don't know about the others. So, there's that. Alright. So, these are gonna go in. Oh, we're boiling over! Sorry, I'm making chicken broth for pho. And I boiled over. Whew. How we knew it was ready. Okay. I'm making pho, chicken broth, for dinners the next couple of days. And it boiled over. So yeah. My first ever insert was for Colonists and Eons End. Nice. I think our first ever insert... Oh, I can't remember what our first ever insert was. Can't even remember. I don't think these matter. Which order they go in. What we definitely did for Broken Token was our first brand, because it was the only brand that existed. I mean, I think Insert Me was doing foam inserts, but not, like, widely. Does that make sense? So yeah. But we have inserts in Suburbia. We have inserts in King of Tokyo. We have inserts in Caverna. We have inserts... Oh, what else do we have inserts in? Imperial Settlers. That one. That's super helpful, that one. We mostly only insert stuff that we have like a lot of expansions for, so we can take all the expansions and put them into one box. Makes it super convenient and makes it so we're not completely overrunning with shelves. All right. 5A. Oh, we have the Seven Wonders insert, because that's another one where we have a lot of expansions, and I wanted things to be nice. 11A. What's these? Do I have two? I have two 11 boards. Okay, I get it. Does this insert have a lid or something like that to stop the pieces from falling out of their trays? There are a few lids. There's one lid here. There's a couple lids that have like the names of what's in them engraved. So this says condition ID tokens damaged strain. So a few of the boxes have lids for sure. Oof. Edgar, you're fine, dude. Your English is great. So, and the insert, the game will go in the box. So you still have the Imperial Salt, you'll still have the Imperial Salt box on it. 12A. Oh, this. Okay, so that's gonna rest like that. That doesn't go like that. That's not correct. That would be a bad idea too. Is that correct? That's not correct. Oh, these are different sizes. Oh. This is a different size. So yeah, I'll show you how it goes in at the end. But it'll go in the box for Imperial Assault, which is great. I think this tray is for the minis. That's my guess. Which is great, because we have a lot of minis, and they're painted, so I want them to stay nice. There we go. I'm going to hammer that a bit more in a minute. That's not right. It's kind of nice because there's definitely like ways that stuff fits together. So as long as you're not being like, this is a centimeter too long, oh well, it must fit here, about stuff, like, these are pretty intuitive to build. Plus the instructions are really straightforward. They also have videos on how to build all of their inserts. So if you are a video person, and I have not made a video for it yet, which I've never made a video for them, you can just watch their build video on the insert that you get, which is nice. Okay. So this is one of those things where Tiffany just kind of forces stuff together, and it's just like, that's how it works. What? Yeah. So I'm definitely just forcing this in. Cool. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. There we go. Yay! There we go. Woo! So, this one, oh, I should definitely do something. There's some bowing that's happening. And I don't know why it's bowing. So, I think I'm gonna glue this one. So there we go. I'm sure y'all love when I hammer on these. They're great. So, there's a lot of these, the inner webbings of this tray are not attached to the walls in any way. So I might do some glues on the inners of this tray. Maybe? Maybe? So, new Q-tip. Just gonna kind of just put some glue in some holes. I don't think I put enough glue. Not really. There we go. Yay! So I just want to like fill any gaps that I see with glue, but I don't want it to like be seeping out. So there we go. And if I have any excess in a cubby, I just run it up the side. I used to not understand why people did wood glue, but now, having built quite a bit more things of like large scale, I love wood glue. Wood glue is amazing. It's the best. If you're ever building something larger and it's like, use wood glue, like don't skip that step. Yeah. Whee. I will say this about Maple Realty. They seem to be doing more of the like heavier involved inserts for like bigger games. They don't seem to be doing the more like they're diversifying their portfolio from like compared to Broken Token, which I think is a good idea for sure to offer a selection of games that Broken Token doesn't offer. So yeah, there's that one built. Ooh, good luck, Naomi. Going to a Broken Token or a Broken Token tournament. That would be different. Okay, I have to make another one of those. Woo! I need this. And I need this. And then I need this. And I'm going to need this. And these. I need to go fish my chicken breasts out of my broth. Which I'm going to do as soon as I punch all these pieces. So I will be back. And then we're going to build another tray! Yay! Like, are these identical? Good, because that would suck if they weren't. These ones, I realize there's a side that is longer than the other. Yeah, so you just want to make sure that you do the long side on the same side. See, I did that one wrong, so it sticks out a little. Easy to fix. My chicken broth smells amazing, by the way. Alright. That's together. That's easy. Okay, this is the bottom. Shoop. And then this doesn't really matter where it goes. Maybe the sides. So how's the quality? It's holding strong? I wonder what had been happening that it wasn't working before. Maybe the server got set to the wrong server. Alright. That doesn't...
Both of them are fine. I haven't had any buffering issues.
Don't know. Don't know. I feel like that's... There we go. Yay! Snap, snap, snap. So for these kind of boxes, I like to build like this, where I do one edge and then build a long edge and just kind of like build in a circle, as opposed to building the two short ends and then build a long end. I feel it makes it easier to get the pieces in when I do it this way. There we go. I say that, and then I struggle with the piece. Why you not go in? So this one doesn't want to go in, and I think it just needs to be not coaxed that way. I think it needs to be it's like a little high, if that makes sense. There we go. Problem hammered into no longer a problem. Boom! And this one. Nice. Yeah. So this one doesn't really stick right here. It's kind of bulging a little, so I might tape that. It's just because it's not snug. But all the other joints seem to be snug, aside from that one. So, yeah, it's just this one joint that's a little... It's a little popped out. So I'm going to tape it and probably glue it. That's fine. Cool. Sweet. Another tray built. I'm going to go pull out my chicken breasts. 1 second. Chicken breasts cooked. Now time to wood glue this. Yeah. So Eden, have you played any or all? Well, you've played Terraforming Mars, I believe. Any or all of the Kennerspiel nominees? Curious as to what your thoughts are on the nominees. Because I have opinions. I haven't played Exit yet, but I've played Terraforming Mars and Raiders. And we're playing Raiders tonight, which is why I'm testing. Hi, Zena. We have a phone call. Hello? Hello? Yes. Oh yeah, what's up? Oh. Ooh. Okay. No, it's fine the way it is. So, I think. Yeah. But, well, no, so he actually only gave me. Sorry, it's my eye doctor. He actually only gave me. We did the one trial where the 2 eyes were the different prescription. But then he actually didn't give me that one. Like, I tried it out in the office, and then he gave me the one, I think, oh, no. He didn't give me the one where the eyes were the same. He gave me the one, he only gave me 1 pair of contacts, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's a little trippy. But I don't know if the trippy's from wearing contacts only occasionally, or if it's from the prescriptions, if that makes sense. Yeah, because they're only meant to be for, like, no, it's only for, like, sports. Okay. I do still have those lenses. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, it should be. Mm-hmm. 12:45 next Thursday. Yeah, that should work. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks. Bye. Sorry about that. I guess I have to wear my contacts for a couple days because they're like, we want you to be sure with your prescription. And it seems like you're not. So come in for a follow-up. Okay, then. Means I get to be contact Tiffany next week and this weekend. I only wear contacts very occasionally for, like, roller derby. So yeah, I don't do it very often, but it's a little weird when I wear the ones that they give me. So I mean, it makes sense. I should do a follow up. I just didn't want to pay another copay because I'm lazy. All right, so Eden. Whew. Oh no, I wasn't talking about the colonists. I was talking about the Spiel des Jahres, the Kenner Spiel des Jahres Game of the Year award. Terraforming Mars, Raiders of the North Sea, and Exit are nominated to win. And I was wondering if you played any of them. I thought that you had played Terraforming Mars, but I'm super happy that you like the Colonists. We really like the Colonists, so much so that we bought it. Even though John has a copy. But then I went to a con and bought a ton of games. So I thought that there was only 1 page of instructions, and I was like, wow, I'm almost done, but there's so much more wood. No, there's a whole back page with more trays. I was wondering, I was like, how is how is this it? I mean, that's cool, but turns out it's not it. Turns out I have like another 30 minutes of building. I'm so excited to be done. There we go. Oh, you've not played any of them? But that's cool that you played Colonist 4 times. We've only played 3 times. And I really want to play more again. How is it 2-player? Does it work? We've only done 3-player because we've only played with John's copy with John. So yeah, how does 2-player work? I assume you're playing mostly 2-player. I think I've only ever done a red worker once. John usually does a couple because he's John. Speaking of which, John may or may not come over tonight for the stream. I do not know. I'd like John to play Raiders of the North Sea. I think he would enjoy it. But I also understand that, you know, he wants to spend time with his family. So. Yay! I'm sure it just sounds great when I'm hammering on that. Sure, it sounds wonderful. I think this one I'm just gonna do a bit of glue. Oh, I can't reach it. Okay, then we'll do it this way, I guess. No! Okay, I've messed up everything. Oh, that's not good. I dripped glue into the card divider slot. No! Alright, that should work. Mostly 2 works pretty well. We're not going to Gen Con, no. We were, and I still, every once in a while I'm like, you know, I could just, you know, fly out by myself, crash on somebody's floor. But we have family coming to town for the eclipse that's happening. And they've been looking forward to the eclipse for quite some time, and we said yes, that they could come and hang out, and it would be great. And then Gen Con dates were announced, and we were like, oh, that's not good. So, no Gen Con. We'll be at BGG Con, that's our next con. Or no, Essen is our next con. And then BGG Con. We might go to a smaller local con. If there's one this summer. And we're not doing anything else. Oh, hey, Stefan. Yeah, the bottle is too big and won't fit into the bottom, so I'm Q-tipping it in. We are going to Essen, yes. We love Essen. Steve is now a convert. It doesn't take much to convince Steve to go back to Europe. He used to live in Europe, and I have a feeling at some point in our lives we will live in Europe. When our nieces are maybe a little older, and it's easier to get them to fly to come see us, rather than we always fly to see them. we will probably move to Europe to live there for a while. Another one built. It's kind of nice. All right. Time to flip over this. Alrighty. That's. I've mixed up all my trays. Okay. I have 4 more trays. This explains the amount of bits around. So this is. Okay, I'm gonna build 2 trays at once, which might be the worst idea ever. But we're gonna do it. On to 4A. Wait, what were these? These were 4A. 4A. Oh, no, this isn't. This is AB. This is 4C. We're not gonna do that yet. 4A to 9D. It's like playing Battleship. 9D is this one. Yeah, you must be like in perfect eclipse territory, Eden. Cause aren't you in like Eastern Oregon? 9C. Check these. I go to Origins. I like Origins. Steve hasn't gone to Origins, sadly. We've been to KublaCon, and our friends were bummed that we didn't go to KublaCon this year. But it's a tough one because my niece's birthday is close to it. So if we're going to the younger niece's birthday, because we alternate which niece's birthday we go to every year, we can't go to KublaCon. But we haven't been to OrcaCon yet. It was, I think, just all the dates always conflict, basically. Alright, these splintered pretty bad, which is not ideal. I peeled these off and they splintered. Oh yeah, Terra Mystica inlay. That's gotta be heavy. Hey, Kabuki! Does it matter which side is which? No. Just that I do it correctly. Oh, this is cool. They like have overlap tabs so that they stack. That's awesome. But it means I can't use the table as a basis. There we go. Oh wow, that's cool. That is cool. Like the tabs, 2 of the tabs on each side. Oh, that went together really nice. 2 of the tabs on each side are like a little longer than necessary so that they can stack. So these are smaller trays, so I definitely glue the smaller trays just because they tend to get passed around a bit more during play. So I just glue and then I take a Q-tip and I clean up any excess. Kind of just like caulking the seams. We are talking about doing our own convention. It's been, I've been joking about doing a thing called Ichicon for quite a while. And PDX Age, which was like the local Portland con that was all just about playing board games, it canceled because the owners were like, we don't really want to do this anymore. So I joked about kind of replacing PDX Age with Ichikon. Though I think, honestly, if I was going to do an Ichikon, it would be more like of a retreat kind of convention. Smaller number of people in a fun location where you can alternate, like, doing board gaming or some other activity like skiing or like hanging out at a beach or something like that. So, and also Ichi would need to be able to come. So convention center kind of makes that tough. Built! I was wrong. These are not lids. These just tell you what goes in the bottom of the tray. Pretty cool. Whew. Alright, now I build another one of those. I feel like I have more bottoms than tops, but... Okay, 8B. Which is 8B? 8B is this one. Eight B gets 9H. 9H is... I have only ever broke one piece of wood, a broken token, and it wasn't that bad. So I'm gonna hammer. Alright, so that's the centerpiece, and these are the edge pieces. I assume, yep. Alright. This piece goes there. Yeah. This piece goes here. So some of these tabs, like the middle insert part, has some potential wood issues, but nothing some brute force won't fix. 1B, 1B. Which are these? Oh wow, 2 a.m. See you at SN, Stefan. Ah. The individual pieces aren't labeled, but there's a really useful chart, which you put the boards, the sheets are numbered, and then the pieces are labeled according to the numbers. So if you know you're looking for 9F, you look for the sheet that's labeled 9, and then you just line it up and match it. It's pretty straightforward. It's much better than their older inserts. That's for sure. I think it's easier than IKEA furniture, because IKEA furniture you have like, it's like big, you know, like building a wardrobe. Building a wardrobe is you have to like move around the room. It's just a little heavier. Two more to go. I'm getting hungry. That broth smells so good. Still have to like reduce it though, so it's gonna be a while. Whee! Boom. Another one built. Alright, 2 more. 2 more. 8C, which is this one. I think you might be the only person watching, Eden, which is fine. I'm kind of just more testing the stream quality, which at this point I think we're good on the stream quality, and now we're just hanging out, so that's fine by me. 9F. So, Eden, have you played anything super great and amazing that we haven't played? Well, to your knowledge that we haven't played that you think Steve and I might enjoy? Oops. Because I'm always, I can't find and play everything. I try. I really do. Try to get kind of everything in our wheelhouse and schedule it for a stream and tweet about it and talk about it. I need to set up my desk so I can edit reviews, because I really do want to review again. I don't have a desk set up, so like the table is my desk, so I can't put a monitor on it because I would have to move it every other day for streaming, and they're not a light monitor. So one of the goals this summer is to get the bedroom, get an office made so that I can do that, but that requires some construction, which is not cheap, and is also hard to find contractors for. Nice. None of those want to go in. 9E. How many have I assembled before? A lot. I don't know. Broken token inserts in general. Oh. Hey, somebody in Twitch. Broken token inserts in general, I've assembled like 8, 9, 10. I'm not really sure. A number. Enough that they're not novel anymore for me to build. I just feel like it's just something to do. Hammering. There we go. Rap Metal Kid Rock over on Twitch, because Twitch is working, says, have you played Caverna Cave vs. Cave? What are your thoughts on it? Oh, have I? I have many thoughts on it, and it's really funny because when I played it the first time and I was vlogging, my thoughts were kind of like, eh. But now my thoughts are a bit more crystal clear, which is to say I like it. I have played it 6.5 times, and it gives me a feel very similar to Agricola, All Creatures Big and Small. Come on. Which is one of Steve and I's favorite 2-player games. And it's coming back in print, All Creatures Big and Small, which is great. Got it. One sec. But yeah, so we are. It's a very similar feel. I like the action selection method that they use. It's a new way of doing worker placement, but it's still worker placement. You're just drafting action tiles. And because there's nothing that like accrues on those tiles, like in Agricola, All Creatures Big and Small, it makes sense that you just pick up a tile. Like, there's no need to have physical workers, like in Agricola, All Creatures Small. Plus, it allows you to randomize the action tiles and like how they come out, which is more Caverna-esque, because Caverna, you do that with the cards, the action cards. Like, there's set tiles, and there's certain actions in Caverna that are like always available every game in the order, like they're just there from the beginning. And then there's certain cards that come out that come out randomly in like certain phases. So you always know, like, the family planning card is going to come out in phase 2. Like, you always know that's going to happen. You just don't know which round in phase 2 is going to come out. So Caverna, Cave versus Cave, has that as well, with the action tiles and the phases on the action tiles. So that is one of the similarities in Caverna. Then there's the rooms, which Caverna has. Cave versus Cave has rooms. The difference is how the room market begins. In Caverna, you have access to buy all the rooms from the beginning of the game. It just takes you a while to get like the resources and whatnot to build them. In Cave versus Cave, you only start with a very small subset, I think 6 rooms, that you can build right off the bat. And then the other ones are revealed as players explore and build out their caves, and the rooms are randomly placed throughout the cave. So it could be that your like favorite room that you always feel wins you the game might just not come out until the very last round, and then you can't do it because you don't have the wall space or something like that. So there's like this whole element of like, I can wait for a room to come out that I really need, or you can play for like what you have. This one I can figure out on my own. Or you can like play for the best of what you have with maybe some hopes that something might come out. The randomness of the rooms coming out and what order they come out definitely makes the games different from each other. So like every game of Cave versus Cave is going to be different because the rooms and the action tiles aren't going to come out in the same order as the last game. Which could or could not be something you prefer. You could want it to be more random every game. You could want it to be less random every game. I feel, having played it 6.5 times, that it is just enough random to keep it interesting. There are definitely rooms that are more powerful, and there's definitely combinations of rooms that are extremely powerful. Ooh. Sorry. There's somebody talking and she's barking. Given, I don't know, there's certain rooms that have certain combinations that are like way better. It's one of the neighbors outside. Okay, so the one that the lid goes on does the bottom. Wait, it doesn't fit. Oh, there's a misprint. There's a misprint in the instructions. Because there's no way that fits there. Sorry. The girls are barking. Well, that makes me wonder, which end, does it go this way? Or does it go this way? Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. There's a misprint. And this goes in the... okay. So it's going to go this way. So I need to put them this way. Sorry. Anyway, so I want to play it some more because there's definitely like flax combos and stuff like that if I beat my opponent to getting those, I'm going to win. I think there needs to be some more rooms in an expansion because all creatures big and small, it's kind of like at the cricket problem. Once you play it a lot, and I'm talking like 10, 15, 20 games, you know the room combos, and if you're playing with the same person, they know the room combos. So, like, most of your games are like, who builds this first, and do I block you? And you can kind of get into a pattern where you just repeat yourselves. I think Caverna can have the same thing. The randomization of the rooms will make that a little different. But, like, for the most part, I feel like Agricola has potentially a higher replayability than Agricola. Maybe? Like, out of the box, if that makes sense. No, actually, no, I disagree with that. Because cave versus cave, the way the rooms are, and there's so few rooms and the way they come out, I feel like there's less plays of cave versus cave before you start needing some new spice in it, which, like, could be room expansions. Than Agricola, which there's just so many options, there's so many things to think about, and so many ways to get points. In Agricola, I think that there's more game in all creatures big and small. But I feel that way about Caverna versus Agricola, so... Tiffany reviews games while making loud hammer noises. Has massive potential. So there's that. Blue Sapphire, I have seen the Meeple Realty stuff. We've discussed it earlier in the stream. It's a lot more stylized and expensive than Broken Token, which, you know, depending on the game that you're purchasing it for, maybe you want more stylization because maybe the game publisher didn't stylize it enough to your liking to make it like a luxury whatever item. But I like the, you know, like at a certain point, like I don't need a fancy, like, engraved art, whatever, Broken Token insert for Imperial Assault, because I want the minis to stand out. I want the minis to pop. I want the insert to be no thrills, functional. It works and fits the expansions and makes play easier. I don't want it to be like a luxury item for my game, if that makes sense. Like, I want the game to be the luxury item, and, like, I don't want the insert to detract from the game. Like, I feel there's a point where you're like, it's too beautiful to play, if that makes sense. I don't know. I also am just not willing to pay for unnecessary, like, frills. I haven't built any of the Meeple Realty stuff. I know that it can, some of the instructions they're still learning on how to do their instructions and their laser builds and stuff like that. So, I do want to get a Meeple Realty insert and build one to do like a video comparison thing. There you go. Sweet, I'm done. That's the insert. Time to put it to use. So, yeah. This acrylic is so pretty. So I just need to peel the protective coat off of it. And then it can be put on. I'm going to wait for the glue to dry before, oh nice, before I put it all in the box. Most of the inserts that we buy because of pure function. Like, we have a lot of expansions for the game and thus need the insert to reduce the amount of boxes that we have on our shelves. Check this out. Oh, nice. See? Oh, that's nice. Really? How does that... Oh, that's super nice. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And then I can just... Oh, that's great. I like that. The instructions for it are upside down. But I like it. Boom. Done. These, oh, I was like, where are the card dividers for the other box? So, these boxes here have card dividers, which I'm not going to put in because there's some glue that might interfere. But they have plenty of card dividers, which is nice. And there's card dividers for the mini cards, which is great. And then these trays are for the minis. And there's some other spots for the minis. We have the base set, and then we have the ATST expansion with General, I forget his name. I'm not the Star Wars person. And then we have the Bespin Gambit with Lando. And then we just have like a bunch. We have like Leia and Han and Chewie figures. So our Imperial Assault box is very full with the insert that I made out of foam. So this is why we bought this one. But okay, so Kabuki says the Star Wars Rebellion Meepleability insert took a while, but it wasn't hard. That's good. That's good to know. Okay, so the way that this will build in the box, for those that are curious, is these are going to go like this. And then it looks like it's going to be this one. Like, what are the different trays? I don't even know. With this one. Oh, that's so cool. So remember, so they have tabs that overlap and stack onto each other. That's so cool. So it's gonna be like that, and then these are gonna go like this. Yes? Oh, yes. Okay, so these are going to go like this. I think these are supposed to go... This one goes on top. Oh, this is awesome. This goes like that. Oh, this is cool. Okay, and then this one goes like that. Nice! Okay, so this is how it goes in the box. And then there's a gap here for your ATSTs, which is super cool. I'm excited. I do just want to put it in the box. I'm not going to put anything in it. I'm just going to put it in the box. Let me go get the box. I have to like dig the box out. Oh, okay. This box doesn't close all the way. Okay, so the box currently does not close all the way, and we don't have everything in it currently. But let me show you what I was doing before we got this. So we have the rules, reference guides, campaign guides, skirmish guides on top. And then we have villain packs. These are the player cards. And then these are just the like packs that come with the characters that you buy, like the individual figures. So that's what those are. And we have that dial and this board. And then this is the foam insert I made, which works really well, but it's really big because it's like thick walls. But it keeps the minis really nice, which I like because the minis are painted. I want to show off my paint job. So, I'm going to show off my paint job. I'm really proud of these. I bought Steve this game as a surprise. He's out of town for a trip. and it was like a 3-day weekend. So I bought Imperial Salt, and I bought a couple of the extra mini packs, and I bought paint. I had never painted minis before, and I went crazy. I painted like just 24 hours, or like 48 hours straight or something. Like, and my carpal tunnel acted up because I painted so much. So, yeah. There's a Luke. Oh, there we go. Focus on me. There we go. I'm really proud of these. Every time I pull them out, I like amaze myself again. Because, you know, you forget. Yeah. Ah. But there's only a few holes left for characters. And we bought like a whole bunch more characters. So, so many layers of black for this one, let me tell you. So it doesn't, I mean, there's like a few more spots where I could put some figures, but it's pretty full. So, so like each of the generals, I painted a different color, so it's easier to be like this squad, this squad, this squad. So you can kind of see different colors, but their little hands point. And while the broken token insert is wood, so they're going to be not as gently cradled, it'll hold better. Because like this is one foam board, and then you take it out. You have to take out this part separately, and then I guess I have more space for minis down here, but not like a ton. We've kind of like crammed all the board pieces down, and then all of the like chits for the game and the board pieces are in here. And then like this is a double tall foam insert, and we have another ATST and it fits right here, but it doesn't really close, and I wanted to get more stuff in it. So there's that big old beast. So I'm super proud of this one. Like, nice corrosion stuff. I used Serasto's painting series to help me, but then I got ahead of Serasto, so I had to fake it. So some of the heroes I did before he came out with the hero painting guide, but for the most part, I just followed his guide on painting these. So, yeah, come on, focus. Where's Chewbacca? Let's find Chewbacca. Chewie! It's Chewie. Wookiees are hard to paint, yo. Darth Vader was probably the hardest, if we're honest. But yeah, so this is our current solution. The box lid doesn't really close anymore. We have more expansions, and we have more expansions, and we have more minis. And there's like some room in here, but it's not great. It's not perfect. I mean, it works, right? Like, it works. But the foam goes right up to the top, and everything's crammed in. So we have a lot more minis. So, yeah. But let me actually just put the broken token insert into the box instead of just like kind of a few pulls up. And these foam things are not cheap. Like, that's the funny thing, is that when I did this, broken token didn't have an insert for it, so I had to do something to make it work and to make the minis safe, and that was the best option for me. These are stickers, which we've never stickered. I don't even know what they're for. So the foam insert was like my best option, but it was really expensive. I don't really want to talk about how expensive it was. The broken token insert is considerably cheaper. So I love that these stack like this. The tabs are so smart. So smart. I'm super excited. This is going to make this so much more playable. So these boxes go right up to the lid. And this goes right up to the lid. So that is everything in the box. And then you put, is there glue in it? There's no glue. Okay. And then the ATSTs fit right here. Oh, I bet I can get both in. This one's not painted yet because Steve wanted to paint it, but it's primed. Their guns touch, but you know, it works. They might scratch the paint a little.
It just makes it look weathered.
What do you think?
Wow!
Are you
Look
excited?
at how the trays go in.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Here, watch.
Oh, and this acrylic?
Yeah. So see, and then the minis go in here, which there's glue right now, so I don't want to put anything in it. So the minis go in here, and then you pull them out, and then these are the cards. So the mini cards. There's like so much space for mini cards. I'm excited. Like,
yeah.
We could fit. I don't know if we can fit all of the minis that we have in this.
We can definitely fit all the ones.
But we can fit all the cards.
Yeah.
Which I think is more helpful. The minis I'm willing to like have and display someplace.
Well, mainly it's getting those tiles separated because those were really.
Do you remember what these stickers are for?
Those are for matching, saying which like group unit is. You put it on the base, and we've never needed to do that because
I painted.
you do. Oh, it's which squad, but you have been painting the bases differently.
Yeah, so we don't need those. There we go. There you go. Oh yeah, blue sapphire I just said. Yeah, so my stormtrooper squads, I'll show you what I did. So my stormtroopers, I painted in squads of 3. So they have different I also painted each squad at a time. So this squad is the black base squad. This squad, so they have like a ring of black around the bottom of their base. And then this squad just has gray around the bottom of the base. And then this squad is the elite squad. It has a red around the base. So I did that. So all of the things that could be squatted, like the droids have different color bases. They have black, red, gray as well. And the Imperial Guard also has, I think there's 2, there's 2 that have red bases and then 2 that have gray bases. So that's how I did that to solve the squad issue. And then the generals, they don't have squad colors on their bases, but I did their jacket coats different, so there's a black, gray, and like army green to tell them apart. Yeah. Sweet. I don't know where I'm going to put everything. Hey, Angela. You just made it. Yeah, I just finished building. So I'm going to stop and finish dinner. And then we'll be back to stream. Ugh. I'm going to clear this table off, and then we'll be back to stream Raiders of the North Sea, which is up for the Kenner Spiel. Steve is a big Star Wars fan. That's why I got it for him, and I painted it because I like painting. But we'll be back for Raiders of the North Sea, which is Kenner Spiel des Jahres, Kenner Spiel des Jahres, nominee, finalist, etc. I haven't played a 2-player. I played a 3-player, and I enjoyed it. I love the box size. I love that it's just so small, but the board is a 6-fold, so it's like the same size board as Terraforming Mars. It's got a lot of bits. It's compact. I like that it's compact. So yeah, I like my broken token insert. It's pretty. I'm hoping that it works. It looks like these are gonna go here. How will these fit? Like that! Oh, see, that's just great. That's just awesome. I'm excited. But the glue needs to dry before I start putting stuff in there, or else we're gonna get components stuck to the insert, which is totally something I have done before. So yeah. But for now I need to put the stuff that comes with this game someplace. Put it in the lid. Problem solved. Put it in the lid. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this phone. Probably just storage for minis. If we have any minis that don't fit, I'll probably just use the phone insert for it. And then deal with it later, I guess. I'm just gonna leave the AT-ATs there, or the ATSTs just in there. They ain't hurting nobody. There's no glue on the sections where they are located, so not worried about it. I think I'm gonna let Steve put everything away in here because he DMs this game. This is his game, if we're honest. This is Steve's game. I don't touch this game. I don't do setup. There's no glue on that edge, so I'm fine with that. I don't do setup on this game. I don't do tear down on this game. This is Steve's baby. Steve does all the things with this, so I will let him use the insert and organize it as he wishes when the glue is dry. For now, I'm just going to chuck everything back in. And then, yeah. And then I'm going to clear my table and eat something because I'm hungry. And we'll be back in like an hour and a half. I think it's, I really like the insert. But, we'll see how many, I will report back when we start the Rages of the North Sea stream, and I will tell you how many expansions we fit. Because, like, for example, the dog the dog creatures, I don't know what they're called.
Oh, what did we call them? Did we call them the RARs?
Yeah, I think I call them the RARs. So these don't fit in the insert I made. Like, I don't have a place to put these. So they just have been hanging out on my shelf. Because they look cool, and I'm really proud of them. But they haven't had a place to live. So I'm excited, because they totally will fit in this insert. But I did them differently. Like, this one's my favorite. This is the first one I did. So, yep. Alright. I'm gonna clean up this mess. We'll be back in an hour and a half. Thank you for everybody that tuned in and helped test the stream. It's working on Twitch and it's working on YouTube, and there seems to be no issues. So I think we're gonna dual stream to Twitch and YouTube tonight, and hopefully it works. So yeah, cool. I will see you in an hour and a half.